What's up, everyone out there in YouTube land? This is Perry Lovewhistle, and it's time for another episode of Project 1999 Ranger Let's Play. So, it has been a while since I've played, but even when I was playing, I was on my laptop, not my desktop, so I don't have any of the recordings from that. So I'm going to do my best to recall it from memory. Last time I was able to play, it was a couple of pretty long gaming sessions, and I was playing with a couple of friends of the channel. So first I went to Wraith Mountains to kill hill giants for quite a while. Got a good bit of money, and also the named basilisk spawned and dropped its granite bracer. So I managed to get an upgrade for my bracer. Both Quinlaman and I rolled low for it, but I rolled slightly less low. So good game, but I got the bracer. Then another friend of the channel took me to Dreadlands to kill yetis, and he was a slightly higher level ranger than me, and we were doing pretty good killing the yetis between the two of us. But then we ran into a mage who basically ran the show for a while. So between those two gaming sessions, I got a little over one full level, so I'm currently sitting at level 42, halfway through 42. Got the bracer and got about 1,000 platinum. And right now, I'm just sitting in East Common Lands trying to sell a couple of things, but it doesn't look like anything is selling. So I'm going to get a port back to Valios and start working on today's episode, which should be Crystal Caverns, which is going to be very dangerous, but you know what? Whatever happens, happens. After a little bit of running around in the common lands, couple of things happened. Number one, I got into Gathered Might, which I've been trying to get into for a while now. Sanctuary has pretty much disbanded. There's still a couple of people with the tag, but there was an open invite for Sanctuary members to join Gathered Might, which is a big raiding guild as well as a leveling guild. So once I get to level 46, I'll be able to go on raids with them. Also, I got attacked by Dragoon Zytil in West Common Lands, and he dropped a Dragoon dagger. So I'm one drop away from getting a new Leatherfoot skull cap. But then I ended up finally getting a port from a guildie, a new guildie, to Valios. And then ran over to here, which is the last part of the Eastern Wastes that I didn't discuss in my last video, which is the Rygor Fort. Now, what's interesting is a lot of the high-level Rygors are dead, which tells me that somebody is killing in there right now, which is really good for me, because that takes some stress out of me running to the back of it. But I have to run to the back of it, and I've never been in it before, so it's going to be kind of interesting to run around it, get to the back of it where there is a snowball that I have to click to teleport me into the Crystal Caverns, which is an indoor zone, so I can't cast my invisibility in there, and I'll have to have levitate on already so that I can try to levitate down to the bottom of the well. Anyone who's been in Crystal Caverns before knows what I'm talking about. Basically, the quickest way to the part that I want to get to is levitating all the way down to the bottom, and then making an exit out the north and running to the Coldain town. And once I get through the Coldain town, then I can find my way over to the Geonids, which is what I actually want to do while I'm in there. So I think with the reliability of ranger spells, there's maybe a 30% chance that I'm going to die on my way in, but hopefully I can get some help from somebody if I do die in there. So I'm going to psych myself up, put on my levitate and invisibility, and see if I can get all the way to the bottom of the Crystal Caverns without dying. Okay, make sure nobody is around, and of course somebody is around. And let's see if I can make it. Good signs. Okay, there's a couple people in here. Oh, accidentally zoned back out. That is good to know. I didn't know that I could just zone back out. Okay, we got someone here killing orcs, it looks like. And here is the well. Head out north. And here we are. Actually, I think this part, if you drop down there, you can bypass the Coldain town and head outside. Of course, I want to go to the Coldain town. All right, and let's go ahead and drop that. That's useless to us now. And they are all dubious to me. All right, we made it. And of course, I have heard about the music in here. This is pretty ridiculous. Okay, so let's actually take a second to explore this Coldain town just a little bit before I move through it. Because in it, and I don't think I can use them, but in it there is a banker and a couple of merchants, and I wanna just see if maybe I can use them. So I think this is the alcohol merchant. Yeah, he doesn't like me. So if I go around behind him here and sneak, I can use him. That's good to know. What's he doing selling gnomish spirits? Okay. So, rangers can use the merchants. That is very good information. And this is Cramble Gymshard, the banker, who I can also use. Oh, that's awesome. So I can bank and sell in here. And anyone who can sneak can also bank and sell in here. So that's good information. Now let's run through and see what else is going on. See if we go straight through here. Yeah, this pops us out over onto the other side. Oh wait, I think I took a wrong turn. A lot of these guys have the same last name. I think they've been stuck in here for a while. Actually, while I plan out my next move, I'm going to hop back into the safety of this city real quick. And discuss a little bit of the lore of the Crystal Caverns. And it actually kind of fits with how I was pointing out how Valios is kind of linear. I think they want you to come to the Crystal Caverns before you make it to Thurgoden, because this is actually the order that the Coldain themselves worked their way into Valios. They came down here first, and there's a lot of really good lore about it, and about why there's still a town here. This was their first town, and the giants came to destroy it, and some of them stayed behind to basically make sure the giants couldn't follow the Coldain to their new town. Oh, and then historian Baynek here tells the whole story. Come here and hail him, and even though he's dubious, he wants to tell you all about the history of the Coldain. Brel created them. Their ancestors were chosen to seek material for our first city on the mainland. So he's talking about Kaladin. So the Coldain have actually never even seen Kaladin. It was just they were setting up a city, and they sent people out to get something, get some special ore, and got lost at sea, and they found their way to land, and it was frozen. So, you know, Valios, which later we will discuss sort of the lore of Valios and why they found it. Arduous journey, but with Colin's determination and encouragement, our people pressed on. Coldain. So, who is Colin? Fleet eventually landed. The landing did not fare better than the voyage. Prexus was always jealous of Brel. Followed Colin to shore and find shelter away from the bone-chilling wind in nearby caves in a great mountain of ice and snow that is now called the Eastern Wastes. Hey, I was just in the Eastern Wastes. The Eastern Wastes is where the Coldain established their first settlement, being right here. That's where they discovered that hard-packed ice was strong as stone or wood, and they could carve out structures right out of the ice. Grew into a town, then into a keep. This was named Froststone, so we are in Froststone, named after the Frosty Stone, or the Stony Frost. And at that point they realized they were kind of stuck on Valios. Then they encountered the Frost Giants. Basically attacked them, and the battle lasted many days. So, Coldain gathered people up and led them farther into the mountains to seek somewhere else, and that's where we'll end up later. Oh no, they led them deeper into here, so I guess they started at the keep, which is now the Rygor Keep. So the Rygor Keep is Froststone. And then they fled into here, where Coldain set up a ambush for the giants. And then it goes on to warn me about the creatures, because I would have only seen Rygor on my way here initially, but he warns me that there's dangerous stuff past the city, which is exactly where I'm headed. So let me buff up, and then we will head into there and see how I can fare against some of these crystal terrors. Oh, great. Now my Spirit of Wolf drops. That should be alright. I'm pretty sure I can only cast that outdoors. Yep. Okay. So, it looks like somebody is killing stalag terrors. Valium crawlers are things that I definitely don't want to be involved with. Here they are. Okay, but the guards will attack the Valium crawlers. Might as well help him out. Because I might need him in a little bit. It's also good to know that if things get out of hand, I can run back to the guards. Alright, so knowing that I can run stuff back to guard Kithon, at least stuff on this side, I'm going to try and fight one of these stalag terrors. Okay, and he is absolutely crushing me. Am I really that weak? I guess so. Let's back up a little bit. Heal. Try the good old-fashioned root rot for a little bit. Don't steal it, dang it. Okay, I got the kill still. Ha. Not a terrible little chunk of experience. And a plat. Also, the zone respawn timer in here is 14.5 minutes, so it shouldn't be difficult for me to slowly fight my way back to the Geonid part of the caverns, which is what I actually want to kill in. Alright, I'm going to see what the chances are that I can get past that terror. I recently watched another YouTube video from a while ago about this area specifically. There are normally, yeah, there's a stalag terror right there, and there's another one that spawns over there. Now, so there's usually one terror on each side, which will tempt you to just want to run right down the middle. But if you do that, you end up in that pool, which of course has those little crawlers in it. And then back here, you've got the caverns, which will include spiders, which are KOS, and this hole right here takes you to the Geonids. Well, once I get past this terror, I'll be at the Geonids. Alright. So 2 stinging swarms, 2 lightnings, and then melee after that. Not terrible. So now I am at the Geonid Caverns. As long as none of these terrors respawn, the Geonids start out indifferent to you, which is good, because I do plan on killing a lot of them. And apparently it takes a long, long time to go from indifferent to KOS. So these guys are apparently really good experience. They also drop gems that sell for a good bit of money. They have really cool idle animations, apparently. And this climbs us all the way back up. They are very spaced out, which is good. That'll make pulling individuals easy. And I think that's where the zone is. And it's one way, so I gotta try and make sure that I don't accidentally go through it. But that should be where the zone is. So, time to rebuff and then kill this guy. Or try to, anyway. Well, that was not a bad chunk of experience. But without the ability to kite at all, I don't know if this is gonna be the zone for me. I don't know. Let me heal and med and think about it. Well, I've thought about it, and whether I decide to stay here and level for a little bit or not, it is kind of the end of the night for me. So I'm going to go camp out by the Geonid zone exit, and then I'll come back tomorrow with a fresh, clear mind and make a decision then. But I will be probably here or moving on to the Great Divide in the near future. So if you want to come by and kill some Geonids, I will probably be looking for a group in the near future. Our next video will be the Great Divide, and I'm also going to cover a little bit of Thurgadin while I'm there. So special thanks to everybody who has helped me out along the way, and until the next video, bye.